I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. Last week's video discussed the importance for engaged couples of having open conversations about money before the wedding. This week we'll look at some reasons a couple might want to consider signing a formal prenuptial agreement. Now, prenups, which establish how assets, debts, and financial responsibilities would be divided in the event of a divorce, are often thought to be the exclusive territory of older couples who have some wealth and those with children from previous marriages. Now, certainly in those cases, the need for a prenup is pretty clear. Anyone who has experienced a divorce painfully understands that even a marriage seemingly made in heaven can implode with disastrous financial as well as emotional implications. One important aspect of a prenup is to ensure that children from a previous marriage will receive their fair share of the assets that were brought into the second marriage. Now, outside of this scenario, it's understandably easy to assume that prenups aren't necessary for couples with minimal finances. However, even for partners without significant assets, prenups can offer valuable benefits. Now, let's take a look at a reason why a couple like this might still consider exploring a prenup. One of the discoveries that can come out of a prenuptial discussion is the disclosure of significant debt. It isn't unusual for a partner to not disclose the full amount of debt that they carry until being required to sign a legal agreement of full financial disclosure, such as a prenup. Agreeing that the debts a partner brings into the marriage will continue to be their sole responsibility can prevent future emotional and, of course, financial conflicts. Agreements on personal conduct, spending habits, plans for investing may also be covered in a prenup for partners without current assets. Another item to consider can be whether and for how long one spouse would receive financial support from the other in case of a divorce. This is often referred to as alimony. This especially might apply if both are currently employed, but expect that one will stay home after children are born. Considering how to manage inherited assets is an important topic to cover, and one that's typically given very little thought. Unless there's an agreement otherwise, one spouse could be entitled to half of an inheritance that was left to the other. Now just imagine how that might feel if, for example, the inheritance was received just months prior to finalizing a divorce. Even within a marriage, the question of who decides how to use an inheritance can be a real source of conflict. If parents anticipate such a problematic situation, they might want to ensure that their child and any offspring receive 100% of the money left to them. So a common strategy is to leave assets to an irrevocable trust controlled by a third party where only the child or their children can benefit from the proceeds. In this case, the assets and any income are not considered an asset of that child for purposes of splitting assets in a divorce in most states. Underscore most states. Unfortunately, some states, such as Colorado and California, do not recognize the trust laws of other states. And of course, trust law is not necessarily statutorial. It can be a common law, and still they just don't recognize it. So this is just one reason that anyone considering a trust um, or that might have a suspicion or knowledge that you will receive assets in a trust at the passing of your parents. Seek legal advice from an experienced and knowledgeable attorney in the state that you're getting married in before getting married. Of course, because talking about money is so taboo in many families, it won't even occur to most young adults who are embarking on their own marriages to ask parents about estate planning details like trusts. In fact, most are likely to have no clue about their parents' net worth or how much in the way of inheritance may come their way someday. Perhaps for a new couple, building a pattern of open communication about such difficult topics as money might include the first breaking the money talk taboo with their own parents. The effort to build financial intimacy through honest money conversations can begin with either generation. Thanks for listening.